Your job in this warm-up is to solve for x, the missing angles. Remember, vertical angles on opposite sides of two intersecting lines are equal in measure. Also, angles that make a straight line add up to 180. So for example here, this straight line should be 180. So 180 minus 12 leaves us with 168 for x. And since x is a vertical angle with x, this one is also 168 degrees. For this lesson, we'll be using 3 triangles, which can be found on page 217 in your workbook. We're going to use a protractor to measure the 3 angles inside of those 3 triangles. Starting with triangle 1, we'll find the measure of angle A. You want to line up the line with the side of the triangle, and then place the center of your protractor on point A. So this little mark here needs to be on A. And then if we follow that along that part of the protractor, we can see that angle A is approximately 45, 46, 47, 48 degrees. Angle B is 32. And angle C is 100. Then for that last column, we are going to add 48, 32, and 100. Well, 40 plus 30 is 70. 8 and 2 makes 10, so that would be 80 plus 100 is 180. Fill in the first row of your table for triangle 1. Then let's go back and measure the angles in triangle 2. Angle A, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4. Angle B, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 1. And angle C, 10, 20, 35. When we add all 3 of these together, we get 180. For angle A, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 110, 105. B appears to be 40. And C is 10, 25. A should be 115, not 105. Add all those together. 115 plus 40 is 155, plus 25 is 180. You should have all 3 rows of your table completed. If we think about a rectangle, in a rectangle, all angles are 90. So the total in a rectangle is 360 degrees. If we cut those in pieces, oops, here we have a 90 and a 90, but this 90 is split apart and this 90 is split apart. So 360 split into 2 different chunks, or 2 different shapes, is 180 degrees for a triangle. For problems 2 through 5, use the diagrams. Diagram of line L, M, and N. Identify 6 pairs of congruent angles. Complete the table. The first row is completed for you. So 2 and 6 are corresponding angles. 1 and 3 are vertical angles. 2 and 8 are alternate interior or alternate exterior because they're outside of the parallel lines. Oops. Four and 6 are alternate interior because they are inside the parallel lines and on opposite sides of the transversal. Three and 5 are also alternate interior. One and 5 are corresponding. Three and 7 are corresponding. And there are other angle relationships as well. 2 and 4 are vertical. 6 and 8 are vertical. 5 and 7 are vertical. What do you know about the measure of angle 1 and angle 5? Well, they are corresponding, and since the lines are parallel, we know that they are the same measure. What do you know about the measure of 1 and 4? Well, 1 and 4 make a straight line, so 1 and 4 add to 180 degrees. The measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 4 is equal to 180. Based on your answers to problem 3 and 4, fill in the blank to make a true equation. Explain your reasoning. Well, if we know that 1 plus 4 is 180, and we know that 1 and 5 are the same, I can put 5 and 4 together to make a 180 degree also. We're swapping out the 1 with angle 5 in this equation because they are equal in measure. So those two add up to 180 degrees. For 6 through 8, use the diagram of lines L, M, N, and P. Fill in the blank to make your equation true. Explain your reasoning. Well, I know that angle 5 is the same as this angle here because I have two parallel lines cut by a transversal. So 5 is the same as this angle here because they are alternate interior. Well, then angle 5 plus angle 9 plus angle 10 makes a straight line, so they must equal 180 degrees. And that was by alternate interior for angle 5. Then it says, what do you know about the measure of angle 10 and 11? Well, here are my two parallel lines. Here's another transversal. So angle 10 and angle 11 are also alternate interior. So they are equal in measure. Fill in the blanks to make a true equation. Explain your reasoning. Well, if 10 and 11 are the same, and this was 180, and I've replaced something that's the same, these must also equal 180, which is the angles in a triangle. 9, 5, and 11 are all inside of the triangle, so the triangle must add up to 180 degrees also. For problems 9 through 11, two interior measures of a triangle are given. Determine the measure of the third interior angle. So the triangle angle sum says that all three angles in a triangle add up to 180. So if I have 49 and 72, that makes 121. And so if all three of them have to add up to 180, then the missing angle can be found by subtracting from 180. 10 minus 1 is 9, 7 minus 2 is 5, 1 minus 1 is nothing. And then we can check. If I add 49 plus 72 plus 59, does that equal 180? And it does. So the missing angle is 59 degrees. Here, 35 and 123 added together is 158. So to make it to 180 from 158, 10 minus 8 is 2, 7 minus 5 is 2, so our missing angle should be 22 degrees, and we can check. 22 plus 35 plus 123 needs to equal 180, and it does. 90 plus 14 is 104, so to figure out the missing angle, we subtract from 180. 7 minus 0 is 7. Then let's confirm. 76 plus 14 plus 90. Does that equal 180? And it does. So our missing angles are 59, 22, and 76. The whole point of this lesson was to show that all the angles inside of a triangle add up to 180, regardless of the type of triangle. It doesn't matter if it's a right triangle, an acute triangle, an obtuse triangle, an isosceles triangle, an equilateral triangle. All triangles, interior angles add up to 180 degrees.